Hey guys, it's me Samantha from SStwins. Today I'm going to be showing you something that I've really struggled with. I wanted to make a new model for sprinkles. Computer sprinkles that could be used for gaming, rankings, etc. But as you can see, I started the speed paint in the middle of this sketch and it was already looking rough. I was trying to do, well, this is the point of art, right? Sometimes it's ugly. Oh no! I realized I didn't even make it right in the end, but I tried really hard. I'll tell you at the end. It's just, ugh, I struggled so hard with this, and I think that in the spirit of being honest, I did not use a reference. I wanted to draw her in front of the computer using a mouse, and I could not do it. Because I think I was trying to draw a pose that does not exist. So the first 3 minutes of this video are me really struggling to draw that pose that was from my head that I later realized is not even a real pose, I don't think. I don't even think it's possible. But could not figure out the head, the eyes, even in the end, I really struggled. This right here, this is drawing sprinkles. She's my beautiful little baby in the bottom left. Computer sprinkles, I'll use her, but I really struggled. And I might still have to change some things, so. Trying to get the eyes balanced. Something was wrong today with the way I was trying to draw the fluff on the side of the face. On drawing sprinkles, I thought it was so easy, because I squished the face down, made the, like, hair floof bigger, but this was, like, way hard. And now you have to suffer with me for the first 3 minutes, until I decided that it was too bad to show anyone. Stopped it until I could figure out what I was doing. So this is like a life lesson about drawing with reference versus not drawing with reference. I traced drawing Sprinkle's head and moved it over here so I could try and figure out what was going wrong. But I don't know, I mean, with art, sometimes you fail. It's just something that happens. I don't blame myself. Even though it did take me over an hour to do this, and normally my drawings do not take me that long. Then I started to go in the right direction. I was like, I don't think she should be right behind it. I think you should see some of her body. Otherwise she looks like a lifeless floating head. But I was still obsessed with the mouse idea. Imagine how far you'd have to reach. Also, she was left-handed right there for some reason. And I was also obsessed with this idea that she needed to have a table behind her. And then I was like, no, she should be right-handed. Ugh! Painful watching this, I think, as soon as when I give up. But there's nothing shameful about using reference. It actually really helps a lot to know what you're doing. I was like, I'll draw like this big arm without a reference also. And the arm is going behind the computer. She's using the mouse. How is that possible? I think there's also issues with proportions, like she was too big. I think towards the end it was starting to get in a mildly acceptable direction, but it was still, she looks like a weird baby. And not like a mature, refined woman. I think the proportions are just not right. And then I thought maybe the problem was that I made the head way too thick when I traced it. But I was like obsessed that I had to use the same head. And then now it all of a sudden looks way too thin. And then I was like, I need a refresh. And so then I drew this off camera because I wasn't sure if it was going to turn out at all. So this is computer sprinkles from the side, but as you can see, it's still really rough. It still needs a lot of help. But the pose is a lot better. I just looked up person using computer. The hair fluffs, they were not doing it for me today. I could not figure it out. And normally I don't have much of a problem with those. I don't know. But on my YouTube thumbnail, which you guys can see, I accidentally just made Sprinkles, like, bald. Like, she doesn't have her fluffs. It's kind of weird. The mouth, the eyes, the fluffs were just, getting me. The error that I made, which is not really enough of an error for me to be like, I have to change it, but usually, towards the end, you'll see this because I'll put computer sprinkles on. But usually I like to have an open mouth and a closed mouth to have a little bit of talking variety, but I just had an open mouth. Ugh, it's killing me. But as we get closer to the end, I will put on my computer sprinkles, and you'll get to see her, and you can be like, wow, how did she turn out okay? And also, why is her mouth not quite as responsive as usual? But I did my best. Most of this drawing, well, not most of this drawing, but a lot of this drawing will still be changed, especially the face. I did not keep that face, even though it wasn't even looking bad. I just couldn't do it. I was like, face lower. Then the head, to the top of the head is wrong. Head lower. But this, I don't know, this is a story about sometimes things don't go right the first time you try and draw them. And you really struggle. And you have to go through an ugly phase. People always talk about that with paintings, the painting ugly phase. Digital art also has an ugly phase. You might not see it all the time, because people sometimes don't show you the sketch, or they do the sketch traditionally. I don't even really do sketches, I kind of just go in with line art. It's the same brush I use for my line art. I really liked the way that drawing sprinkles is a little more feminine, so I was trying to make computer sprinkles look a little more feminine too. I was like, grouchy sprinkles, but then I was like, no, she cannot be grouchy, but I did end up changing her expression to be a little bit more like, ha, I'm gaming. Also, I don't know why I was obsessed with giving her a mouse at the beginning, a laptop with a mouse. I use a laptop and I don't use a mouse, and for some reason I thought she needed to have a laptop with a mouse to communicate gaming. But I'm making more sprites for sprinkles, even though I think that soon I will hopefully have a VTuber. Probably not, but possibly by the time you're seeing this video. That would be really cool. I did an Instagram poll asking people what kind of content they wanted to see, and like no one, well, 4 people voted for speed paints, yet here I am doing another one 2 weeks in a row. For reasons of, I was drawing anyway. But the number one thing that people said they wanted to see was Samantha's opinions. Such as rankings, or more of those videos like the one that got a terrible reception where I gave the truth about Amanda Young from Saw, and all the men hated it. But I'd be happy to make more of those video essays. Okay, I was struggling with those ears forever too. My god. Actually, these eyes are not looking bad at all. Why did I change them? They look good! I changed them and I made them really weird looking. She looks perfectly fine, but I was not happy with it. And I guess, well, we can't go back, so. I guess what I thought was wrong with the eyes, sorry, I'm yawning, it's like 1 in the morning. What I thought was wrong with the eyes is I thought she looked too pretty. And I thought she needed to look more silly. You'll see that eventually when I change it. My gosh, we're only halfway through the video. What's gonna happen in the second half? I'll say that, I don't even know. All issues with coloring and tidying, I guess? So many secret lines on this one. I really had a lot of lines going. There's a cool fire alpaca feature. I had to get my yawn out. Where you can click to have it, if you click on a line, it'll show you where the line is. It's like it, so you can drag it around and stuff. But I find that feature so awesome. I use that all the time. I don't always have it on, but sometimes I do. Look at those perfectly acceptable, cute little eyes and expression. Watch me ruin it. I don't know, this was just not my day, but I'm thinking, so this was supposed to be my gaming / computer sprinkles, because I only play PC games. But if I have time, I'm so sorry, the yawns are catching up to me. If I have time, I'm gonna try and make gaming sprinkles with a controller, even though I don't use a controller. Okay, so I added the whiskers, thinking that that was gonna solve my problem. And after this is when I decide I have to change the eyes. Even though the eyes are very cute. I was like, is it the line thickness? What's happening? Why are the eyes like that? So then I decide I must make them look silly. And I must make her look sneaky. The eyes are just, the circles are not perfect. So she looks a little more silly than you would think. And I was like, yes! Cross-eyed sprinkles. She's focusing on the computer. I really wanted that, so you know what? Had a vision. I changed it a little bit, so she's a little less cross-eyed, but she's still very cross-eyed. But she does look sillier now. And I guess that's kind of the vibe I'm going for with my content and everything, is like a little silly. Like, not super pretty. Other people can draw her pretty. I must draw her silly. Look at those evil sneaky lines. I didn't use my secret click and drag feature on that. You get to see the whole process of how I make a PNGTuber on here, by the way. This is, like, kind of a speed paint. Oh, that's what the second half is how I make the PNGTuber. Which will be fun for you all to see. I'm gonna make a video tutorial also on how to make a PNGTuber, just so you guys know, but, basically, you need to use the free app VitoTube, which is what, like, that's standard. You need to have 4 expressions. The open eyes, open mouth, open eyes, closed mouth, closed eyes, closed mouth, and closed mouth, closed eyes. Wait, closed eyes, open mouth? What am I even saying? Once I get, the drawings done, I'll turn on Computer Sprinkles so you can see her. It'll be her debut, except for I might use her before this video goes up. Hope you all... Well, I'm recording this video. I don't know how well Meme Pictionary performed. I did shading on this one. I didn't do shading on Drawing Sprinkles, but I did do shading on the base sprinkles. I don't know. The inconsistencies in these sprites. But I had to do it. I thought it looked a little lifeless, but I didn't think that with Drawing Sprinkles. I don't know. There's a lot going on. And then I was like, her eyeshadow needs to be darker. And I was like, Samantha, that's so inconsistent. But then I shaded her eyes anyway, which I didn't do on any of the other sprinkles. Call me crazy. The blush. Video's going on so long I had to drink some water. And you'll notice that I forgot the puffy sleeve part, and so I added in. This is actually how I drew those little ribbons on this version too. But of course I forgot what they look like. Just drawing in a line and then drawing those like organic lines around it, so that way it feels a little less stale. I think it looks very cute and bendy. I got the colors wrong so many times on those. I don't know why. They have those little bows, which I had totally forgotten about. Drawing Sprinkles remains the only sprinkles with 2 hands. Okay, now she's looking like almost done. I did not use a reference on the necklace, but I think I know enough about my sprinkles. Just gotta color in the laptop. And then I have to make all her other faces in the next 3 minutes. I thought, like, you know, like those little laptop symbols, but instead it's a paw. There I was using the drag on the thing you clicked on. I accidentally dragged the thing behind the paw. It's like a paw, like apple. Popple. And then I also make it glow, which is fun. That's what I'm doing right now, but you can't see it. See, I'm doing that dragging thing again to find that line. Genius! I usually just drag a little and then Control Z. And I forgot about that part. I like doing that little transparency thing. Okay, if you see my hands swiping around, that probably means that I'm moving to saving. And now I'm probably going to be adjusting the face. So since we only have 2 minutes left, let me turn on Computer Sprinkles. Here's Computer Sprinkles. She looks a little angry. I don't know. I'm very focused. I might have to change the eyebrows, though. But this is my Computer Sprinkles debut. Ooh, now that I'm looking at her compared to Drawing Sprinkles, I think she needs a little help. Never worry. I will fix before the next time you see her. I don't know. It was a challenging day. Let's just say that. It was a challenging day. But there I am going in and doing all the other expressions. I'll turn myself back to Drawing Sprinkles now, just so you have something nice to look at. Lol. Oh, look at how cute! Like a nice mix between feminine and silly. But I do like the closed eyes I did on Computer Sprinkles. I think she's very cute. Jeez, only like 1 minute for me actually putting together the VTuber, or the PNGTuber. Oh, but that is cute. That is cute, I will admit. Secret eyes! Well, she's almost done. The last minute. And I will update her. This was just a hard night. I was drawing for like hours. Not hours, hour. I've been trying to figure out how best to like do those transparencies and whatever. Okay, around here is when I actually make the model. And I think I showed it to you. But perhaps... Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go. Go into VitoTube. I will show you this process in depth later. But you basically, you go here, you upload your sprites. This is VitoTube. This is what I'm running right now. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you still enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.